Premier Battles, we are at a steel yard in London. If you're with us in the building, make some noise. We're about to go into the first battle of the day. As always, with the All-Star game for Premier Battles, we do kick it off with the Academy 19 final. Allstar always on point, and Red Lion Picture for continuously sponsoring the series as well throughout the year. That being said, on the right-hand side, from Sheffield, make some love for Milky. Let's go. And on the left-hand side, from Belfast, Ireland, show some love for Vizual. Let's go, London.
Yeah.
This is a 3-round battle. It will be judged and a winner will be decided today. The battle is decided off camera that Milky is going to start round 1. So it's round 1 on Milky. Let's go, bro.
Hear me, yeah? See, for those that don't know me, I came up on Dub Scandal. Everywhere I've been, I rep it. I'm thankful for what I learned. These are skills I didn't inherit. Faced knockbacks, but carried on, and trust I didn't regret it. Rolled my sleeves up in the trenches, London. The journey's been an epic. Paid my dues, and if you refuse to give up, I'm sympathetic. Spent 3 years grafting, I honed my craft. Worked to convince the skeptics. He knows nothing about that. Me and him got different ethics. So how can I learn from Visual when I'm hands-on like kinesthetics? But this will be close. You've all heard he's decent, right? Fuck that, he's getting spun after the first he's sleeping night. I'm 12 zip and this is my test. I deserve a decent fight. And once this little bitch is dead, there'll be 13 reasons why. So let me talk to him. You've said you'll shoot people, stab them, glass them. Oof, you talk hard. Now you're an all-star. Let's hope believability doesn't form part of the scorecard. Because you're that short, Frodo, you can fit your entire body on your passport photo. Spitting your bars all laggy and mean, bro. 4 foot fuck all, like a young Danny DeVito. I mean, you look like a midget who gets hired for parties, so it's funny as fuck, your actual name... Yeah, he does, doesn't it? He does, doesn't it? He does. He does. I mean, you look like a midget who gets hired for parties, so it's funny as fuck, your actual name is Michael Largy. Wow, you can't make this shit up. And you said to Slester, I'm from North Belfast, we scrap for fun. That's something I can't quite envisage. Because you went to St. Malachi's School for Boys. What are you going to hit me with? White privilege? You're a quiet boy. I'm questioning your manhood, but little Vizzy is vexed. But what's this Catholic cunt going to do about it? Forgive me to death. You're a posh boy, never seen military convoys or heard the sermon at IRA funerals, never felt that speech. This ain't Tolstoy, but it's War and Peace. You've never felt that grief, just fell asleep, tucked up in your nice area, whilst the poor part of your city was in rubble. So unlike you, whilst their mothers held that wreath, the young lads who really struggled in the Troubles had their faces painted on houses. And they're the only Visual we'll see in them Belfast streets, because you were on that side of the city. That's the only Visual we'll see in them Belfast streets, because you were on that side of the city, hiding your treason. They were on that side of the city. And they're the only Visual we'll see in them Belfast streets, because you were on that side of the city, hiding your treason. They were on that side of the city, uniting the region. You were on that side of the city, applying for Eton. They were on that side of the city, fighting for freedom. So he's a posh fucking liar like Jacob Rees-Mogg. He knows that it's a sin when he states that he's not. He's begging for forgiveness from his make-believe God. Religion's tearing him apart like the nation he's from. So I don't want to hear violent tall tales from somebody so small and frail, because I'm from the Steel City. We make the knives you lie about. That's real bars. Because I'm from the Steel City. We make the knives you lie about. That's real bars. Talk about handling metal. Cool. Then you can get this work at the steel yard. 1.
Now hear me, yeah? See, Milky's whole gimmick is finding out everything his opponent has ever done. But the only ones who rate that are those living up his ass. I can't begin to explain how shit it is. It's mad. He studied archaeology in uni. And he stays digging up the past. What's good, London? I mean, this eats into his day-to-day life. You need to chill and have some fun with it, bro. Obsessed with other people's lives because he hasn't got one of his own. Heard he was the favourite because his name's bigger. As if I care, fuck his name. I'm on the verge of something great, give me a year. I swear I'll run the game. My last opponent shit himself and no-showed. You're about to learn you should have done the same, because it's Milky, formerly known as Milky Bar Kid, till he realised the last part shit. And a bit misleading. I mean, I've heard some bad names, but yours is one of the weirdest, mate, calling yourself Kid at 30 fucking years of age. Kid, you are too old for the academy, that's a fact, and you gotta start living with it. When you were a kid, the Milky Bar Kid didn't exist. I'm only joking. See, 30's not that old, and you don't look it. Must have a wealth of cheat codes, but you're acting younger than you are like we wouldn't notice. El Camino, heard he was a threat since before the tournament. You should check Milky out. He's proper tight, doing well for himself, got some hype, on a tear, killed lots of guys, undefeated on dub scandal, blocked for life. Undefeated on dub. And you think that means you're progressing at a crazy rate? There's a reason your boy Mav is above you on the card with less battles. Your mate is brave. He decided to take the stage while you stayed in the safest place, and I got love for Dub, but they're about to see their son get owned because it took him 30 fucking years to finally step out of his comfort zone. Constantly talking about the numbers he's done. 12-0. Well, I don't believe the hype, so give it up, mate. Got beat by Yorks and 2 debatables on Prem. So who you killing, man? Fuck's sake. We don't see those numbers. Like an Instagram update. You accumulated your wins by using the same basic jokes against special needs battlers. Well, good luck with that approach when you try killing a god. Content made up of the same lines like a digital clock. Easy wins. If you battled anyone average in your first 2 years, they would have bodied you. I couldn't have debuted in a more competitive league if I wanted to. Ran through every opponent. Your trajectory's been sloppy, dude, so yeah, you've got a good record. But I don't care about the rounds that he's penned. I just find it funny how the little guy's so much more comfortable in the deep end. That's one.
Ladies and gentlemen, his big coronation, the king of the academy. He's bought a scepter, robe, gown, the works. Needs to be careful what he wished for. Don't believe in monarchy, and I'm down to purge. For trying to deceive us, do him like the Romans did Jesus, but it ain't about the church. When I go from being the thorn in his side to his head, because that's the crown he's earned. We're on different levels. I'm in a treetops, I've found a perch, watching him force the same generic structure to get his rounds to work. He needs to find solutions like Isaac Newton. I get that might sound absurd, but his fruit's been dropped on his head if he thinks he can bring me down to earth. I'm like Steph, Kyrie, LeBron. Consistency is my hallmark. I'm in a different ballpark. Soon as the season started, then you had be a shoo-in for Allstar, whereas he showed up for the showdown, trying to make sure he believed, but he's not in my league, not in his dreams. Tyson Bruno, he's getting bodied in 3. Only generic. Showed up for the showdown, trying to make sure he believed, but he's not in my league, not in his dreams. Tyson Bruno, he's getting bodied in 3. Only generic lines when he's dropping a scheme. He's shown no growth like the economy's weak. Kept an eye out to find out what he offers the scene, but when I look at Visual, there's just nothing to see. And don't worry, that ain't another short joke. But whilst I'm here, you're really fucking short, bro. And your name's Mike, but you've never been on one. How are you a rapper then? You're a parody and nothing more, so they won't invite you back again. Let's examine the facts, bro. Your battle raps Alex from Glass, though. It's nice you made... Let's examine the facts, bro. Your battle raps Alex from Glass, though. It's nice you made it onto the stage, but we don't want to hear you rap again. And you're called Visual because you study film. You thought you'd take a punt at it. Well, you might be comfy behind the lens, but you clearly ain't in front of it. Big event, huge stars, time to start carving a name. But when he stepped out here in front of the crowd, that was the start of his pain. He's looking distressed, clutching his chest. His arteries are strained. His time is up like Tommy Cooper. He ain't got a heart for the stage. But you spit all this Aggie shit in your bars like you survived a life of crime when it's clear you're actually shitting yourself, so why are you trying to lie? If you want this lot to believe in your image, it's time to dry your eyes, because nobody's going to believe Mike Street when he's blinded by the lies. And you're desperate to get to the top, our kid. You want to be like Shotty and John, so you've created a fake identity because you know that you haven't got one. That's why you chat about knives but don't know that life. If you do, bro, prove it. I ain't having that. Say I'm classing that. I'll stand here knowing you won't do shit. Because I'm from the Steel City. We make the knives you lie about. That's real bars. Talk about handling metal. Cool. Then you can get this work at the steel yard too.
Yo, Milky's a teammate, so I don't want to have to talk about how I'm going to cave his head in or bring up some shit that might not be safe to mention. But when you're stood behind me, it's cool. Across from me in the team shaky, I'm David Beckham, so fuck a teammate. He's fake. Barking in Bizzle's face like if he said something deep, then it's on sight. You acting big. Tom Hanks, it's all right. See, most people moved on, but I won't go past the killer in his mind like Jojo Rabbit. I knew you wouldn't see it through. And funny enough, we weren't believing you. Even funnier though, Fat Teeth over here bit off more than he can chew. With that fake aggression, man, leave that shit out. Kids with an animated monster. Makes sense he's got a big mouth. And those teeth are massive. See, Savant said it's due to his calcium intake. And I don't want to offend him. I'm cool with the milk. But you want some proof of it? Well, he called himself Milk because he's full of himself. You're a copy and pasted version of every rapper you idolize. Half the time you're speaking nonsense. Milk fake like the vegan option. Son to kid like he's... Half the time you're speaking nonsense. Milk fake like the vegan option. Son the kid like he's adopted. Speeches often sounding like it's not really him. Stephen Hawking. And after all this time, you still look awkward in the pit. But you don't think I can handle you, nah, cool. Feel like I was born in the pit like Talia al Ghul. I made a mark, Milk. After one battle, where is that impact? All of my strengths are what you lack, in fact. Delivery sounds like everyone else. Practice that. I've made a reputation for battles overseas like Captain Jack. As soon as he took a step up in competition, he got spun, left Milk on the side like hot ones. I'm not done. I mean, who's more promising, me or Rob Graham? Let's be honest, King, I've got to be. It's mind-boggling. When I top MCs, try stopping me, kids ahead of his class, child prodigy, making a run for the belt. You don't want to beef with me, son? Graham's talking to a star like BBC One, I'm different. And you're just another battler on a long list I'm snuffing, treadmill career. And he's just hit the incline button, because it's a long night for a battler. When he gets me, it's a murder, but they'll say he did it to himself. Jeffrey Epstein, you're a fucking nerd pretending you're not. Just so you can say I'm a rapper, but the persona's becoming more lazy, kid. It's not a Scorsese flick. The Irishman won't be played by an actor. So go ahead and chat your shit about how your rounds are ending me, and we'll all sit back and laugh at the person you pretend to be. Go ahead.
Let's go. Final round on Milky. Let's go.
See, this is DiCaprio's Great Gatsby to F. Scott Fitzgerald's. The cinematic release was typical. How many times have we seen on screen the film fails to meet the brief for the original? The obvious critique is that almost always the book is the peak and the pinnacle, and that's why he needs a miracle. His chances to defeat me are minimal. My pen beats his camera every time. When I put ink to sheet, it's clinical. My belief is visceral, that for him to compete is difficult, because the work of a good writer is far brighter and always ends up beating a visual. Short version? He's fucking shite, isn't he? I mean, you've barely learnt the basics. You've built foundations on a 4-bar structure. It's all you seem to do, Viz. But there's no prize for grand designs with the same old standard blueprints. And this ain't phone signal. But if you're trying to improve your reception, just know that when talking to them, even with 4 bars, you can lose your connection. Little pipsqueak. Looking like a toddler, out here trying to convince you. Innit? He does though, doesn't he? Fuck's this? Looking like a toddler, out here trying to convince us you've got crazy skill, but you stick to a formula to help you grow to give the baby milk. Little pipsqueak, I'll headlock you. Ric Flair chest chop you, woo! Or it's Little pipsqueak, I'll headlock you. Ric Flair chest chop you, woo! Or it's politics. If the right miss, the left conquers. Leg drop you, then feed you to beasts that'll rip flesh off you. Turn London to Jurassic Park. I'll set a raptor and a Rex on you. Then I'll set a raptor and a Rex on you, then chuck what's left of you in the Thames. No point trying to swim. Your death like George Best. The Belfast boy ain't surviving a drink. Because even though... Unless, of course, the Republic saves you. Because even though you're from Belfast, they're always straight to your defence. When you lose this, Briggsy, they'll say it's rigged. They'll claim there's a trend. No controversy here, lads, I'm making amends. Clean 30, then rematch in Dublin, you can name the event. I've rappers full like doomsdayers, they'll pray for the end. When I body you, no backup, only came with a pen. Then it's Belfast, 3rd time lucky, all your mates can attend. You'll still lose in your front room, I'll have your mum shouting, say it again. Yeah? I'll have your mum shouting, say it again, because you could never beat me. To kill you, I don't even have to perform. Rematch after rematch till there's no demand. We can keep rerunning the battle at yours. I'll be punching till I've got broken hands. Every win I'll put a scratch on your walls. Till your whole house is open plan. He's wank. He's wank. That's why in the last 16 he was knocked out. Shouldn't have been sent here to battle me. Brought back because terms dropped out, so it extended his fantasy. Quarters so-so, semis no-show. The best in the academy. Fuck that. He's invented a fallacy. Visuals fake like augmented reality. As fake as your gun bars, they're the most absurd thing I've seen, bro. Chatting about a false 9 in Prem, but you ain't Roberto Firmino. And if it ain't a gun, it's a blade, but I don't want to wear it, mate, because if it ain't a gun, it's a blade, but I don't want to wear it, mate, because I'm from the Steel City. We make the knives you lie about. That's real bars. Talk about handling metal. Cool. Well, you just got this work at the steel yard. London, big up yourself. Thank you.
Let's go. Final round on Visual.
Yo, you ready? Milky Bar Kid. I'd be lying if he said he hasn't improved. But when he talks about his style, he acts like there's more than there is. I mean, you did well against Bizzo, and some lines were sorted as shit, but we waited 3 years for that delivery, like an order from Wish. Listen. I'm sick of playing nice because I got respect for him, so peep this. I'll forget about the teams like the league did, so believe it. I'll body you so you can see that this battle shit is not for you. I'm hoping you might learn he's not in his element, Ang in the iceberg. They brought me back so you wouldn't win. Tough news, but try and swallow it. Here to check kid like T.I.'s gynecologist. What? Tough news, but try and swallow it. Here to check kid like T.I.'s gynecologist. Why you bothering? I'm a better puncher and it's a fact. Brought out the bag like the man at the bridge attack. If he doesn't get in the bag, I'll clock the bitch and pull the blade out. Have him dodging the point like a politician. The clock is ticking. Have him dodging the point like a politician. The clock is ticking. Your sloppy writtens will stop you winning. You think I'll fly over here and not kill you? Listen, nerd, it cost an arm and a leg for me to get here, and they've given me a full body in return. So what's it gonna be, Milk? So what's it gonna be, Milk? Fight or flight? I took a flight to fight. Let's play a little game like five-a-side. I've been robbed once, won't get me twice like a lightning strike. So give up on your dream to seize the throne. We're not equal, bro, the people know, but maybe he can make a comeback after today. I don't believe in ghosts. I wish you would fuck up. I wish you would fuck off back to the little leagues. I mean, we knew who would win. There was no point for him to suffer trying to hang with the big boys when we don't want them here. He's an annoying little brother. I mean, anyone could do the shit you do on the little leagues. It isn't that hard. Thought he could make it to a PB team because he's cooking. No Michelin star, but a big fish in a small pond isn't a shark. A big fish in a small pond isn't a shark, but carry on acting better than you are. But don't you dare for a second act like a man of violence. Who thinks he'd swing? Next gen console, your fans are silent. I mean, has anyone seen him speak to a woman at an event? It's sad. And there's nothing I'll say about him it's sad. And there's nothing I'll say about him that he can prove wrong. Constantly chasing tail, you're never gonna get, oh, you dog. I mean, Mav, put his leash back on, get his kennel. I'll make a bitch uncomfortable. Dennis Reynolds, you do your research, Milk, I'll give you that. But trust me, guys, he's a mess. Sean O'Mac, you've been obsessed. Jesus wept. I've got ratings from the GOATs, and with each performance, they get higher, collecting more bodies than different Apex flyers. My name spreading across the country like an epidemic. In a flash, bodies dropping. I'm talking epileptic. Put anyone in front of me. I'll disprove every skeptic. Third person I've beaten from your country. Next time, give me someone who can represent it. Let's go.
Yo, load the bass for that battle. Let's go.